Your children's backtalk is more a you problem than it is a them problem. This will be a long one, so stick with me. I want to run through some scenarios. The backtalk, or that attitude that they give you, is a form of communication. When you ask them to do something and they don't immediately jump and do it, your ego is being triggered. Whether you acknowledge it or not, you are trying to have control over their physical and emotional state. You want them to not only do what you want them to do, but you want them to do it happily and have no complaints or backtalk about it. So first problem there is your ego. Second problem is the lack of space for the child to communicate effectively their needs with you. And this piles and piles and piles until all you get is this attitude and this backtalk, because there isn't safe space for the child to just express the need. Let's run a few examples of what that looks like. Your child is sitting watching TV, you need to go to the grocery store. You walk into the room, you turn off the TV and you say, "Come on, get your shoes on, we're going to the store." The kid goes, "Mom, I was watching that." You consider that backtalk. You might say, "I run this house, I say when the TV gets turned off, go get your shoes on, we need to go to the store." But a more empathetic and connection-based response might be, "Whoa, why are you speaking to me that way?" "Because I'm frustrated." "Okay, why are you frustrated?" "Because I was in the middle of that episode and you just turned off the TV." "Yeah, I could see that. I'd be pretty frustrated if somebody did that to me. We don't really have time for you to watch the rest of the episode right now, but how about when we come home, you can finish watching it, and next time we have to go to the store, I'll give you like a 5-minute warning so it's not such a shock." Let's play another scenario. Actually, I'll give you a real life example. My 5-year-old was talking to me. My husband started talking to her, and she goes, "Dad, I'm speaking right now." So I said, "Whoa, were you meaning to talk to Dad like that?" She said, "Well, Mom, I'm in the middle of a sentence." I said, "So you're frustrated because you're in the middle of a sentence and you feel like Dad is interrupting you." Pause for a second. Ego could take over at this point, and Dad could have said, "I'm the father here, and if I want your attention, then you need to stop talking and listening to me." That's not how things work in our house. Okay, resume. So you're frustrated because you were speaking and Daddy started speaking over you. Do you feel like there's a different way that you can communicate that to Dad without all the attitude? "Dad, can you talk to me after I'm done talking to Mom? I was in the middle of a sentence." Sure. Communication and connection. If your child is reacting with this attitude and this backtalk, give them another way. How can they approach you without the attitude, without the frustration, and be heard? And you need to work on seeing past that attitude and that backtalk and listening to the true concern and having the conversations. You got to start putting the ego to the side and the control to the side.
My daughter just put a cup that she had just finished drinking out of in the bathroom floor, and I asked her to go throw it away. She immediately started to run away, refusing, of course, because what do toddlers do best? So I threw down the hammer and I made her do it because I said so. No, I don't play that game. See, I want to teach her respect by modeling it to her. And sometimes I don't really feel like doing things that I know that I need to do too. So here's what I did instead. I said, "Would you like to throw away the cup now or in 2 minutes?" Of course, she said 2 minutes. So we turned on Alexa for 2 minutes. The timer went off and she said, "1 more minute, Mama." So I said, "Okay, you can have 1 more minute, but after that, you got to pick the cup up." The timer went off and she said, "Mama, help me." I could have said, "You are a big girl. You need to do it. That is your responsibility." But sometimes as an adult, I want help too. So we ran back there together. We made a little game out of it. I made her into an airplane, flew her to the trash, and she threw the cup away, and we were both happy. Sometimes I think we as parents make parenting a lot harder than it needs to be.
I had such a hard day.
Honey, please don't whine. Just tell me about it when you can use your regular voice.
Hey, can I borrow your car?
No, I'm using it.
Honey, you've already driven for an hour today. Give someone else a turn.
But it's my car.
Don't sass me. You never talk like that to your friends or a partner. Try to give your kids some of the same respect and benefit of the doubt you give adults.
I love you too. Good night.
You big girl, don't cry, okay?
This mama turned off Duet and Stitch in her video, and I understand why, because people were kind of coming at her in the comments. You can absolutely tell by her other videos that she clearly loves her daughter, and her daughter is very well taken care of. But I wanted to offer some alternative phrases for parents who are dealing with situations like this. The first thing to know is that these emotions are totally normal. The need for belonging is one of our 5 basic needs. And for a child this age, the need for belonging often shows up in a child wanting to be around their parents. Instead of using the phrase, "Don't cry, you're a big girl," I would suggest using phrases like, "I love you and you are safe in here by yourself, but if you need me, I'll be in the next room." Allowing our children to show emotional vulnerability at a young age sets them up for showing us that same emotional vulnerability whenever they're older. If we get into the habit of shutting it down whenever they're young, this sends the message to them that we are not a safe place to share those emotions. I do not at all believe that this was the mama's intent. I think she may just not be aware that her words are affecting her daughter in that way. I hope this helps.
This one is for anyone who is raising a child. So I want you to think about something and be honest with what you think. Think about how you respond to the child you're raising when they get in trouble, when they break a rule, when they make a mistake, when they outright defy what you say. And after you sit with that for a minute, think about how would you feel if your child's teacher talked to them like that? How about their principal or their school counselor or another parent, maybe their friend's parent, maybe their soccer coach, basketball coach, camp counselor, whoever. If you have a problem with them talking to your child like that, but you think it's okay for you to talk to your child like that, then it's time to do some evaluating. It's never too late to make changes.